I'm Jeff Bloodbrain, and welcome back to Tailor Tales. So, we just got an invitation from Mr. Suave here for a masquerade ball. So, Neil doesn't seem to like my reaction. He probably expected something else, perhaps an excuse to stop quibbling me again. He huffs. Fine, I'm giving this to you for free. No strings attached. Well, why do I find that difficult to believe? I'm suspicious of Neil's motives. Are you really going to turn down such a generous gift? Yeah, I will. If it means he might blackmail me into something again, then yes. Anything Neil offers to me for free has to be treated as suspicious. Who knows what he's up to? I'm just questioning your motives. Neil bites down on his lip, clearly becoming more irritated the longer I keep refusing his invitation. I was simply going to show you what a master tailor's work looks like. My private tailor has already been working on my costume for months now. Ah, so you just want to show off in front of me. I don't want to parade around like a peacock. That definitely sounds like you want to parade around like a peacock to me. I cut him off. But I don't want to give you the opportunity to see other people's. Oh my gosh! But I want to give you the opportunity to see other people's work on costumes. I figure it would be right up your alley, and it opens up on your connections. Neil finishes, ignoring my commentary. I stare at him long and hard. Gross. That's just weird. What he's saying sounds deceit. Whatever. In fact, it does sound like a great opportunity for me. The words themselves aren't bad. It's that Neil is saying them that is making me weary of any other ulterior motive. I'm trying to figure out why he would want me there, other than to rub it in my face that his costume is so much better than mine. Or perhaps he wants to humiliate me in front of hundreds of other people because my costume isn't up to par. He probably thinks I can't do it. Yes, that's probably it. He wants me to fail. Well, I guess I'll just have to prove him wrong. Fine, I say, grabbing the envelope again. I'll accept, and I'll make the best costume out of them all. Great, Neil says. Neil smiles as he says this. I wasn't expecting him to look so cheerful all of a sudden. All the more reason to be on my toes and wonder what he's planning. Neil doesn't just smile like that. He's usually got a scheming face. Or an angry face, not a cheerful face. That's not part of his emotional vocabulary. Then I'll see you there, he says. Thank you for the blazer and have a good night. Wow, we gotta thank you. Neil leaves, still wearing the blazer I made him. Of course he's gonna wear it. Unable to contain my curiosity, I open up the envelope. Do we get to see what it says? Ooh. Oh, that's cool. Royal Masquerade Ball. You are invited to an annual Forster Masquerade Ball. Wear a mask so no one can tell your true identity. Hide it well. From 8 o'clock till midnight on October 10th. That is cool, we got to see that. There's an address to the venue on the back. Just you wait, Neil. I'll make the best costume yet and wow you. What does it say? Media fashion? Alright. Anyways, we are on chapter 11. Today, Sarah and I are going shopping together. I asked her if she wanted to join me, as I was planning on buying a new cell phone. Why, so you don't have Neil's number? It wasn't because of Neil's comment about my phone still having buttons and looking like a fossil. Well, maybe a little. Regardless, I decided it was kind of time to upgrade to a smartphone. especially since Sarah keeps asking me to download this app so we can chat together. I figured she'd be the best person to take with me on a phone shopping trip. Ooh, the phone store. Electronic cell phones and televisions. This game is getting cool. We enter the electronics store, and I look around at all the phones that are on display. Their price tags are pretty brutal. Watch Neil come in. Which one do you have? I ask. Sarah walks towards one that looks sleek in black. This one. The Impremium 6. Big, but still compact enough to fit in my pocket. I don't know what I should pick. The price tag on Sarah's phone is $6.99, and I would prefer not to spend so much on a simple phone. I think you can afford it. Sarah gets distracted by the camera lenses in the next aisle. Of course she does. And she gleefully hops over to check them out. Look at these lenses. I should really upgrade mine. I like a lower aperture for indoor photography. I just lost the ability to do that voice. I pretend to know what that Sarah means and nod my head, all the while looking at a much cheaper cell phone. The cell phone I'm holding is white with a $249 price tag, and I really do not know what the difference is with the one Sarah has. Perhaps you simply pay more for a brand name? That could be it. I wish I could go too, says Sarah all of a sudden. Huh? Go where? I ask, looking up and seeing her head pop out over the shelf. She wants to go to the thing with you. Sarah walks back to where I am. That masquerade party, of course. Right. After I got that invitation from Neil, obviously I told Sarah about it, and she's been green with envy ever since. What? My invitation? Want my invitation instead? Can I? She says, super serious. The pictures that I could take. I'd love to photograph some of those costumes in the ballroom. I'm almost tempted to let Sarah go in my place. She seems way more eager about the idea than I am. Sorry, I'm only going there in hopes of finding some clients, I said dejectedly. Neil is rich after all, and I'm sure he only mingles with rich people. I don't like to admit it, but he is right when he said it's a big opportunity for me. It could bump up my revenue. I know, says Sarah with a sigh. I can still dream. Have you decided what to wear yet? I can't even decide on a cell phone, let alone my costume for a masquerade ball. No, but I guess I should be diligent and make something that wows people. I love to wow Neil, but make him stand there looking speechless at my craftsmanship. I'm sure he'll make something beautiful. Like, no doubt about it. No doubt about that, I think it said, but I wasn't paying attention. I gave Sarah a smile. She always seems to have my back. Now, can we get back to why I came here in the first place? I still don't know which one to pick. Sarah laughs and then continues looking for a cell phone with me. She eventually convinces me to buy the white one I had in my hands before. It has a 5.8-inch screen, a front-facing camera, and does everything a smartphone should do. It's my first smartphone, so Sarah helps me set everything up, downloading the app she thinks I would need, and explaining how to use the touchscreen commands. After a while, I think I understand everything well enough, and Sarah and I part ways. Ooh, is this our house? Ooh. When I'm at home, I fiddle around with my new phone. Jeez! Oh, that's cool. The Pixar Honor. Clanner Network 4G. Wow. I'm entering my old contact information, copying the numbers and names from my previous phone. I even enter in Neil's number, still listing him as His Majesty. To test it out, I sent him a brief text on the chat messaging app that Sarah downloaded for me. I'm unsure if Neil has it as well, but she assured me that most people own the same app. Whoa, this is cool. Mitchell, got a smartphone now. You can't complain it's a fossil anymore. Cool. I smirk at myself. Neil isn't the only one with a fancy phone anymore. It's not the most expensive model that he probably has, but it's something. About 5 minutes later, it vibrates and I check it. His Majesty, I can only assume... Wait, I have to read Neil's voice. I can only assume this is Mitchell, who doesn't feel the need to introduce herself in the first message to me. Yeah, I hate when people do that. When it is, you get them the number and they just text you instead of saying, hey, it's me. You know, like so-and-so. But His Majesty figured it out. Ooh, look at me. I'm Neil. Ooh, it says Neil's typing down there. Cool. Yes, it's me. You're so smart for figuring that out. Want a pat on your back? A simple compliment will suffice. That is cool that you can see Neil typing on the background. And look, you got the calculator, contacts, the downloady thingy. Good boy. You guessed right. Good job, Neil. You guessed right. Good job, Neil. That doesn't sound sincere. Well, you have to earn compliments. Ouch. Mitchell just went that way. He doesn't reply anymore after that, and I'm a little bit disappointed. It's a lot more fun to rib someone when they reply back. I guess I should start working on my costume for the masquerade ball. And we are back here at the boutique. My dress is well on its way. The patterns have already been cut out. I just need to stitch it all together. I can't wait until Neil sees it. Speaking of Neil, he just entered my boutique. Hey, I stand up straight, surprised to see him here. Neil, I question him. I was just... Yeah, you were just what? Neil looks around the place, dropping by to see your progress. You mean my costume? Yes, why else would I be here? You came to check out your competition? Neil sticks his nose up in the air. I can just picture him doing that. You can't compete with my vastly superior Tailor. He's a huge name among very famous people. I sigh out loud. Do you come here just to brag? You could have simply done it through text. I point at my cell phone lying on the counter. Neil's eyes perk up a little as he sees the device. He walks over to inspect it. Is that your new phone? He picks it up from the table without my permission. Model A5 Pixona? That's an outdated model. My eyes glaze over as he rattles on it. Regarding some technical information that I don't really care about. Why didn't you get the latest version, he asks. Because my plugins aren't lined with gold. Besides, I can call and text people. That's all I need. Right. I almost forgot. You're quite poor. Yeah, says the person who has not all of us are blessed with millions of dollars like you. If I was Mitchell, I'd just throat punch him right now. My cheeks sting with a blush. Why is he always this hostile? I'm not poor. You couldn't pay to replace my watch, though, he points out. Normal people don't just have $6,000 to drop at a moment's notice. I walk around the counter to stand in front of him. I don't have the time to listen to you calling me poor. If you're done mocking me, how about you leave? Neil rolls his eyes at me. I didn't come here to point out our differences in wealth. I came to see your costume. Yeah, every time you come in here, you always have something to complain about, so... Well, I'm not letting you, I answered childishly. Besides, it's not finished yet. Why don't you send progress pictures with SnapPic? He asks. Why don't you send progress pictures with SnapPic? He asks. SnapPic. I heard Sarah talking about that. She wanted me to use it so we could send pictures to each other. Sorry, Hitch. I don't quite understand the concept, though. I don't have SnapPic, I admit. Oh. It's a free app, though. Anyone can get it. I just don't really know how to install it. You have App Store on it? On your phone? I can't figure it out, I say with a frustrated sigh. I take the phone out of Neil's hand and turn around, unlocking my phone and looking at the screen. A friend of mine wanted me to get it as well, but this is all very new to me. It's very confusing. Smartphones are a mystery to me, and I'm still learning the ropes. It's frustrating to be behind on technology like this. Here, let me. Suddenly Neil appears behind me, his hand hovering over my shoulder. Instinctively, I freeze up at our proximity to each other. That's way too close. His slender fingers reach around for the phone in my hands. He flicks his index finger across the screen, browsing through it. You've got to find it in the app shop first. Neil's breath is but a hair away from my ear. Do you always breathe down people's necks? Neil, you're a little too close. Neil, you're a little too close, I muttered awkwardly. Realizing how close he is to me, Neil backs away with a cough, averting his eyes. Apologies, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable, he admits. I'm a bit surprised at his meek demeanor. He's usually quick to bite back at me. I was just trying to show you how to find the app you're talking about. You seem to be having trouble with it. Well, it's my first smartphone, I say, feeling a little embarrassed at my ineptness. I can't pronounce that. Neil flashes me a rare smile as he chuckles lightly. Can't believe you're an adult without ever Oh my gosh. Can't believe you're an adult without ever having used a smartphone before. I narrow my eyes at him. I don't have a rich family, I point out. Here, just let me do it for you then. I bite down on my lip, staring at him for a couple of seconds. But I hand over my phone. Neil's fingers start tapping on the screen, something he seems quite familiar with. Within a minute, he is done with whatever he's doing and looks back up at me. There, you've got SnapPic installed. Is that kind of like Snapchat for this game? It will import your contacts from your phone, and you'll have to create a profile. Oh, well, that was fast. Thanks, I say, feeling a little hesitant. Neil is about to hand over my phone, but then his eyes flicker across the screen at one last time. He cocks his head to the side. Who's His Majesty? My eyes bulge out. He's reading my contacts. No, don't read that. I yell out and frantically reach for my phone. As I try to take my phone back, I end up bumping into Neil's hands and it falls to the floor. Damn it. Jeez, Neil, can you stop getting close to the screen like that? I quickly bend down to grab it from the floor, not realizing Neil has the same idea. Our foreheads painfully bump into each other. I yelp and quickly rush to stand up. Except I somehow managed to knock into Neil's face again. Why don't you just kiss him already? Right against his chin, and a sharp pain striking me through my entire head. I bow away in agony, whimpering and holding my head. It's like I hit it against a boulder. What's Neil's jaw made of? You know? Oh, that's attention to detail. He's got a bloody nose. When I pry open my Oh my gosh, when I pry open one of my eyes, I see Neil standing in front of me, completely stupefied. Your nose, I shriek. He's bleeding. Neil's hands reach out to his lips, where the blood is slowly inching across, then widens his eyes when he realizes he's bleeding from his nose. My nose. Neil starts to panic. What do I do? I've never had a nosebleed before. It's always the first time for everything, my friend. Helplessly, he stands there as his face starts to resemble a murder scene. Pinch it with your fingers, I say quickly, and keep your face down so that it doesn't bleed into your throat. Neil quickly pinches the bridge of his nose and looks down towards the ground. Give me a second. I'll grab you some tissues. Oh my gosh, I'll grab some tissues for you. I quickly disappear from the boutique and head to my workroom to find some paper tissues for Neil. Watch him not be there when we get back. When I get back, yep, he's still here. Neil is still standing there, pinching his nose, not moving an inch. It's kind of funny. I thought he'd be critical of you. Here, I say as I offer the tissue. Clean your face, but don't stop pinching your nose. Neil takes the tissue from me and quickly wipes away the blood from his lips. He's still wearing that shocked expression on his face, as if he truly doesn't know what to do. He looks frightened. I take the bloody tissue from him and throw it into the trash. How long do I have to pinch? He asks impatiently. About 10 to 15 minutes. So don't be in a hurry to let go yet. Neil grows quiet, continuing to hold his nose whilst looking down at the floor. A few minutes pass as we stand in silence. I can't help but chuckle a little at the situation. Seeing Neil so helpless and frantic in front of me is golden. What are you laughing at? He asks. He sounds so nasally. So it's just a little funny. Is this really the first time you've had a nosebleed? We'll read one more and then we'll probably call it an episode. And what if it is? And what of it? Is it something common with you? Do you often excrete blood through your nostrils? I don't know. Not often, but everyone I know has gotten at least one when they were kids. I recall the times I've had a nosebleed before in my life. It's kind of amazing Neil has managed to live through life without getting a single one. Figures the first time I get one, it's because of you, he mumbles. What's that supposed to mean? Well, this is your fault, you know. I huff. It was an accident. It's not like I wanted to knock into you on purpose. You sure about that? You love breaking my things, after all. Alright, as much as I'd love to hit you, this time it wasn't intentional. Those were all accidents. I promise not. Oh my gosh! I promise I'm not doing it on purpose. Those are all accidents. I promise I'm not doing it on purpose. Alright, last one. Honestly, as much as Neil deserves a slap or two from the things he's said to me, I'm not going to actually hit him on purpose. And with that being said, we are going to end this episode of Tailor Tales here. I'm Jeff Bloodrain. I hope you guys had fun. And I'll see you next time.